Hi guys, today I have a game for you in my Tier 9 European destroyer, the Ostergotland. Now, if you notice at the Captain Skills and Modules, I'm more or less running this more gunboat than torpedo boat. And I did this because I was having trouble making the torp boat version of this work a little bit better. I just seem to always been gunned down by the enemy destroyers. Even though I had a health pool advantage with, the heal. But the one thing that really made me change this is, you may sit there and go, well, it's a 2 second reload, it's fast enough. And well, yeah, for the most part it is. I was still losing battles because of other ships being involved. I've tried this with AFT, and no, I like to keep my concealment as low as possible. RPF gives me an idea of where their destroyers are, especially if something switches. Which is why I'm taking a wide approach to A. It's the start of the game. I can always get the cap later, per se. I can always, dip into it or do something. But right now I need to know what is in the area before I go in, because if there's if if there's radar and I'm in that cap, I'm gonna have to get out of there, especially if he snuck up behind the island.
Enemy force
I'm still taking a fairly aggressive approach here, but really what I want to do is just spot for the team. Give my team information. Let them try to potentially deal with anything. Yes, I'm spreading what is known as widespread for these, but I'd rather try to get at least one or two torp hits, maybe get his DCP down, maybe do something. But I'd rather get some hits than no hits with the all or nothing torps. Now, RPF is pointing at the corner of, I'm going to assume, E3 instead of like E2, because that is the safest place for any of the DDs to go and look, and there he is. But there's no way that guy was in the cap. It was the Shimakaze.
torpedoes direct front.
Now,
Torpedoes to
I get
port.
lucky and get one torp hit on the guy.
Front.
Gotta evade these torpedoes, which I believe are the Ibuki's torpedoes. But as you can see, I'm targeted by 3. So I'm gonna hit my skedaddle button while trying to deal with this guy. And that just little bit of extra DPM, that actual, 0.2 seconds, really can take a toll on a ship. Now, I used to be of the mindset that it's only 0.2 seconds. But this ship has really got me thinking otherwise. And look, there's a Buffalo. Well within radar range. There's no reason for him to actually shoot, to use his radar because, well, I'm spotted. Why waste your radar? Wait till I go dark. And pop the radar. And I'm thinking that's exactly what the guy's going to do. He's going to pop his radar.
Fire alarm.
When I go dark, which is why I'm like, well, there's no reason to stay on that cap. I'm like, oh, he hasn't popped radar. This is interesting. It's been a while. Let me see if I can utilize the smoke a little bit. Now, this is the one thing about having shorter gun range is I can't deal with these things. And right when I think he doesn't have his radar, he pops his radar. Which means the guy probably popped it early.
I need intelligence, Peter.
And, it just got off cooldown, or he's just using it at absolutely weird times. Now, I'm rushing the rock because his radar will eventually go down. I want to try to stay 6 kilometers from the curve first. But I would also like to get the cap. The reason I want to stay 6 kilometers away from the curve first is because he has 6 kilometer hydro as I drift into his hydro. Now, I sort of did this on purpose because it's like, let me see if his hydro's up. Of course, it's going to be up. But I've got the island that's sort of protecting me from his secondaries to where I can just get on his cap. And this is what I mean by, like, I can always get the cap later. Now, luckily, the guys at sea are doing a fantastic job. But it just seems like we're the ones holding A. It seems like the fight really is at A here. But see, all I had to do was just get a little bit further away from the curve first, and I'm out of his hydro, I'm capping. The Buffalo's radar is down, which, you know, props to this guy to stay actually calm, cool, and collective to keep utilizing that island when, you know, most people would probably have abandoned it, but at the same point, you know, we're going to get this cap. You know, if the Iowa and Georgia, like, move up, really start helping this crumble, you know, there's no reason that Buffalo would have stayed there. I get spotted by the shimmy. The shimmy decides to use his guns. Of course, not running a torp build means, you know, my torps won't be back in time to possibly deal with the shimmy because I just sent them at the Buffalo. And once again, the guy's taking the shots at me. I'm targeted by 4, which is why I like priority targets over incoming fire alerts. If that thing said 7, I know everybody at range is shooting at me. If it says 4, well, the shimmy smoked up and it's not shooting. There's a Buffalo and a Buki. Oh, guess what? It means one of the 2 battleships. Well, I have to dodge 4 people. I'd rather know that 4 people are shooting me and I have to try to, you know, evade 4 than one guy who's at 16 kilometers. You know, that's all incoming fire alert does, which is why I prefer priority target over that. Oh, look, I'm radared by the Buffalo, and there's nothing anybody can do. And, you know, I noticed, Jesus, this poor Kreml is taking a beating while our Iowa and Georgia have done a great job, you know, protecting their health pool. They need to come up and give this guy some sort of support.
Torpedoes astern.
Now, I'm constantly trying to screen for the DDs and,
Torpedoes to port.
you know, their torpedoes. But I've got to protect myself. I've got to do other things too. Like, I can't just do one thing. There's only one DD left. It's a low health Ibuki. I figured, you know, they should be fine. And I'm like, I need to get this damn Buffalo out of here. Because he seems to be the one holding everybody up. I know. One ship holding up 4 or 5. Who would have thought you'd ever see that in this game? But that's why I'm coming back over here to try to deal with this guy. As the shimmy gets a torp hit on our Kamikaze. Now I'm trying to send these predictively that he's going to keep turning. And I'm like, do I go into B or do I go try to deal with the shimmy and get the Ibuki spotted? Our Kreml's in a relatively safe space so he can get some of his health. I'm like, you know what? There's one DD left. Let me go deal with that. So I decided to hit my... I need to relocate a little bit faster than I am now. Now, the enemy battleships are finally getting a little clumped up and making, oh, Jesus, like, a push on towards the sea. You know, our seaside's just a little bit weak.
Cruiser sunk.
As I finally killed the Buffalo. Mission accomplished on that end. Oh, sorry for the sniffle. But I don't want to leave an Ibuki out by himself. And then I'm thinking, well, you know what? Let me go get B now. It's just an Ibuki. You know, it's an Ibuki and a Kreml hopefully shooting at this guy. Oh, look, there's torps. And
I need help.
our PF is telling me, you know, like, oh, the shimmy was kind of over there, which is why I'm like, well, let me get B. Let me get this guy. Yeah, he's obviously not over there anymore. Torpedoes just went this way. And I'm like, well, he's, you know, he's either going back or he's turning around, or he's doing something to, up north. Like, I'm not sure, but I'm like, well, the way he's in torps, the way RPF is, doesn't seem like he's trying for B, which I don't understand why he didn't when he had so much time. It's not like we had radar or anything over there. But we're sitting at the C cap denying them, so we're the only ones sticking up in points because of the A cap that we got. And like I said, so what? We got it a little bit late. We do have the ship advantage. Oh, sorry for the sniffle. But now I'm going into B, and I was still thinking, oh Jesus, the Ibuki with the help of the Cromwell should have been able to take care of the other Ibuki. The shimmy wasn't over there, or I'm thinking wasn't. The Hindenburg's pushing in, which is why I go for all or nothing, because if he hits Hydro or whatever. The other reason is because he is bow in. But at this point, the gig should be up. This guy should be like, they're capping B. It's not the Cromwell. Definitely not in Iowa. Definitely not the Georgia. Not out of Hindenburg. Is it the Goering? Is it the Ostergotland? Well, it's got to be one of those two DDs. Because I can't see it. And there's nowhere for those guys to really have, been hidden in the cap. And, Torpedoes is going to give him the clear.
Engine boost deactivated.
Yeah, it's a destroyer. As I get one torp hit and, just a little bit of a flood. But I'm going to be easily be able to cap this. And I'm thinking, okay, well, the Cromwell's kind of forced into defending A just because of his health pool. But I do believe he's got guns in on the Hindenburg, and I don't think he's spotted, because if I was Hindenburg, I would have shot at him. You got IFHE, set the fires. The Cromwell has to be low. As shells from our Cromwell come in and boom, just chucks him. The guy's so low, I'm willing to take a risk and shoot at him. But, the Hindenburg makes the correct move in shooting at our Cromwell as the enemy Kurfürst deals with Georgia. I don't know what happened to his health pool. But our Cromwell finally, was able to effectively get a lot of his health, a quarter of his health back compared to what he was. While in essence, just being a nuisance, pretty much denying them at A. Like, the Ibuki's not going to come in on the Cromwell, broadside or anything like that. RPF is clearly on Kurfürst, so I've completely lost track of where the shimmy is and what the shimmy could be doing. And, now I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to try to help defend this flank. I'm thinking, any smart player, they would have eventually rotated over with their battleships with their team and potentially helped them, or stayed with the Ibuki, smoked the Ibuki, spot for the Ibuki, and shoot the Kremlin. But I'm like, if you would have done that, this guy would have been dead. I don't know how much long. He would have been dead way before he even shot at the Hindenburg. Before I can't be, which is what I'm thinking is like, I don't think he's over there. I see a smoke cloud. I'm like, okay, maybe that's our Goering. And I'm just thinking, well, I want to get torps in on this curve first. But, you can clearly see, too, is I've only done 51k damage. Like, this is nothing to write home about. This, most people probably wouldn't make a YouTube video about it. But I've gotten 2 caps. I've finished off a relatively healthy Buffalo. You know, I've been shooting at the DDs, but at this point, our poor Krummel is, for the most part, a little broadside-ish to this curve first. Sending more torps. You know, this guy's going to turn in, which I don't know why the replay
in 5 minutes.
didn't. But, you know, usually I stick with the torps to get them to do something, but I'm like, okay, I know he's going to turn. Let me see if I can slow that turn down, because I'm pretty sure the torps were going to hit the island if he didn't slow down and turn in a little bit. You know, he knows torpedoes have to be coming as Hydra's going, so I'm just relatively just trying to reverse here, get a spot on where he is, and hopefully keep this guy moving so he just doesn't sit and get the cap. While the Ibuki is sorry, while the Ibuki is gonna get a, like, there's no rhyme or reason why he wouldn't. There's nothing over there, and well, the last thing I want to do is go deal with a cruiser. And look, there's the shimmy rotated with his team, kind of like what I predicted, kind of like what I said. You know, if he would have stayed with the Ibuki, smoked them, and they dealt with the Krummel, the Krummel would have been dead, you know, when I was capping B. You know, not after. So at this point, I just want to get some fires going, get these guys' DCP down, get these guys looking at something else other than an Iowa that is going to have to potentially go broadside or something. Torpedo warning, yeah, friendly torps, thank God they were never even close enough to do anything. But, you know, I wanted to get these guys to slow down, do something, get DCPs out, so I can spot for our gearing. Our gearing can sit there and hopefully reignite these fires from the safety of his smoke while I just sit here
Enemy battleship sunk.
and spot them. Like, so many people undervalue just spotting, giving your team information, and doing what you can to help your team as far as just giving them knowledge. As all of my torpedoes hit a ship. Yes, I don't care if the one guy was dead and ate 3 of them. One got through and got to Montana. Unfortunately, I didn't get the flood, and these things just really just tickle. Like, just one torpedo from these, just like a carrier could do more. Now, I'm thinking, I gotta re-get B. I don't know the health of the Ibuki. I don't know where the Ibuki's going. At the time, I'm like, this guy could either come north or south. You know, it's really up to him. The only thing this guy has shown is, you know, a skill of being annoying. But, you know, right now, I've got an island protecting me from being spotted, per se, if he is coming south. But still, if he is coming south, I was thinking he should have been spotting me, so maybe he's north. You know, there is an island, and, you know, the big island in front of me that's really shielding me from the Montana. And this is what I mean, guys, by, like, you know, you shoot over enough islands, you just know how to do it without a spotter plane. Spotter plane definitely makes it easier. You just do it enough, you're going to naturally learn, and it's like, you know, okay, let me just be an annoying guy on this Montana. Let me see if I can get his DCP down again. See, at this point, I'm like, okay, that gearing's really close to the Montana. I hope he didn't shoot, but, I mean, you know, the Montana has to be doing evasion as RPF immediately rotates to the top of B. Well, I now know the Ibuki is at the top of B. Our Iowa's running from the curve first, and I'm like, well, I still want to get the cap. And then I notice 30 seconds. I give the ping. I tell him RPF is here, you know, which is, hey, this is where the Ibuki's at. You know, don't be surprised if he pops up shooting at you. I'm hoping the Ibuki's got his guns looking at the Iowa, trying to help out his curve first. Somebody's like, "Cat, please." I'm like, "Well, what do you think I'm doing?" And then our Crummel says the Ibuki's really low, which is vital information. Would have been if there wasn't 5 seconds left in the game. I could have been probably could have killed this guy if I didn't send torpedoes and was paying attention, is to get a few shots in on him. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. I do hope you take something away, or what you take away is, you don't always have to do the meta on these ships, because, like, most people are like, oh my god, these things are such great torp boats because they reload so fast, the spreads, the this. It wasn't working for me. Being the DD hunter and annoying with torps was working way better for me. The other thing is spotting, guys. Give your team information. You can see I didn't do a lot of damage, but I also did fairly well for not doing a shit ton of damage. Just spotting, giving the team information, just helping, just setting the fire, getting DCPs out, sending torps, trying to deny areas, doing the little things. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.